Alright, gonna do the last installment of this Mini Cooper drawing. Basically, I'm going in here to do the turn signal, this little amber turn signals that are on cars. This is probably a special black with a rigger. And I want to go in here with Chinese orange, I think, first. And kind of, oh, that's probably vermilion right there, or kind of that Prussian blue around the edges to get a little shininess, that little chrome shininess, same colors we used for the grill. Right now I'm using the Chinese orange to give it kind of a base coat. I'm using a fan brush here. Just trying to clean it up, go around here, and yeah, now we're going in with the cardinal and kind of give it some little, because it's got a little point to it, so you got to kind of shade around the edges and make it look, kind of give it some shininess. But I'm going in here with a little darker value. Then I'm going to go in here a little bit of lighter color. I believe this is vermilion or flesh color. I kind of switch between the two, and this is with the little rigger, I believe. Kind of give some little lines here and there, and then I'll jump back with the fan brush a little bit. But here I am going in with that darker. This might even be the salmon red or the neutral gray. Yeah, and there's these little ridges that are kind of on these little lights, turn signal lights. So you're just trying to give a little darkness around here to kind of show off that ring. And it's offset a little bit. It points down some, It's not pointed directly at us. And this is kind of where I go into the little crossbar that holds on the fog light. And you're pretty much going, I pretty much use a fan brush, a loaded mop, and a little bit of a filbert there. Right now I don't think I stick with the palette knife. Yeah, palette knife for the shiniest stuff, and then I believe a fan brush to kind of merge it all together. The old palette knife is what I used on the grill and the grill inserts. It's kind of nice to come in there with a. It's got a nice way of making little shiny hard parts, but also a little bit of that where it kind of fades out, so it's not quite such a harsh line. Yeah, so I'm pretty much just going in with the palette knife with special black, neutral gray, a little clay, a little bit of Prussian blue, same colors we used in the rest of the grill, and I kind of go between the rigger, the filbert, and the fan brush and the palette knife. Fan brush, of course, to kind of mush it together and make it kind of not look quite so defined. The small rigger for definition, and then the filbert and the palette knife do pretty good to go in and add little shiny parts. For lack of a better word, the little shiny parts. At this point, it does look a little cartoonish on the fog light. Just that little area where it's attached. It's the wiring there. I need to go back over that. But anyway, now it's down the fan brush again, and probably the palette knife. We're going in with different blues and reds to kind of blend in. You've got to kind of do a lighter version of your turn signal there on the bumper, and you'll need to reflect the greens of the grass and also the clay of the cobblestone sort of driveway, and then blue for the sky. So just different shades of special black, which is pretty black, and then your neutral grays. Maybe I think that's a pine tree green I'm using there to kind of do a different shade of the green that's on the ground. I'm not crazy about the way I did the ground at all. I'm going to fix that later, but it still kind of sucks. But really right now you're almost just trying to do like a landscape, except just a really mushy, stretched out landscape. and that'll give you, that's kind of what I'm doing on the greens and the blues there. It's just kind of making a landscapey type thing with a fan brush and maybe a palette knife to kind of go in and just, it's almost like you're just doing it all stretched out, because technically that's what you're doing. And if there's anybody standing there taking the photo, or there's another car nearby or something, it's always going to reflect off that. So if you really want to get those hyper realistic stuff, that's where they start doing the reflection in the bumper and grill. And I didn't really want to do that. I just wanted to kind of give it an idea of it. You know, I'm still kind of locked in comic book sort of art. So if there's something reflected in the bumper, it's because it's like a bad guy coming to attack you or something. There's a reason for it. Like, not just an artistic reason, but a narrative reason. Anyway, thanks for watching.